And Lam is an orphan boy. Today is the day when he turns 18 years old and can enter the spiritual path that he has always dreamed of. The clock struck exactly 0 o'clock the night and Lam celebrated her birthday with her mother's tablet. Suddenly he discovered someone outside the door. The wind began to rise. And Lam recalls recent events. Many voices teen has gone missing. He quickly took the talisman to protect himself, showing no fear, surprising the people outside. And Lam opened his spiritual eye but couldn't find it. The door burst open, and an old man with gray hair approached. And Lam still did not understand what was being pulled by him into the boundary between spirit and mortal. He chose him as the one to enter the spiritual world for cultivation. He took out the war god system and transferred it to Lam. The old man flew straight away before Lam could ask questions. At this time, the war god system spirit flew out. It discovered that a monk was trapped in a teleport tunnel due to the great energy released when he fused the system. And Lam and the spirit that saved that person were unexpectedly a beautiful fairy. She introduced herself as Tu Lan. Knowing that Lam came from the mortal world made her very curious. He took out the letter of recommendation for Tu Lan to see. Tu Lan finished watching and then sneered, "From now on she and him will be in the same class." Then she took Lam to see the largest cultivation area in the spiritual world. All new students are gathering to take the entrance exam. Tu Lan explained to Lam to understand. The side of the stone placed in the middle of the yard is the stone that measures the cultivation, and divides the layers according to the strength. At this time, someone came forward and presented a letter of recommendation identical to Lam. The nominees are all true geniuses. He was immediately placed in Class 1. Then it was Tu Lan's turn to take the test. Her strength was enough to put her in Class 1. Because she was the goddess of the academy, the boys when they saw that Tu Lan was close to Lam, they were very upset. Until it was Lam's turn, he held out a letter of recommendation, surprising everyone. Even the teachers were shocked by the person who recommended Lam as a fairy of the 6 paths. The teacher who relied on his own eyes to see Lam was also very surprised. "You will be the one who creates miracles in this heavenly realm." Hearing that, Lam was very confident in checking his cultivation. But his results were in the bottom, but he was still assigned to grade 1. One student came out and asked the teacher to collect it. Someone even challenged Lam. Feeling bad, Tu Lan pulled Lam and ran back to the dormitory. That night, so that everyone wouldn't look down on him, he turned on the crazy system quest to complete in order to increase his cultivation. But it's getting harder and harder. And Lam can't do it anymore. The system reminded him that he should go to Tu Lan to study the Dharma. He just got out of the house and met the assassin. Episode 2. There was a masked man rushing to beat Lam when he was not paying attention, but thanks to the eyes of the gods, Lam discovered. The two began to fight. After a fierce exchange of moves, he also caught his movement. Lam knocked off his mask and turned out to be the fat man Lu Dai Bao. He pulled out a talisman to attack Lam. Just in time of danger, Tu Lan appeared to rescue. At this time, another fat guy appeared to challenge Lam, making Tu Lan surprised to know who was real. Taking the opportunity, Tu Lan distracted the fat man who attacked Lam. He was surprised when Lam did not do anything, but his strength was still absorbed by Lam. Lam smiled like he was about to break through. Tu Lan blamed herself for not being able to protect Lam. She believes that one day Lam will be famous in the heavens. Until then, she promised to protect Lam. The next morning they went to the academy together. Lam yawned briefly. He discovered that everyone seemed to be talking about him. He turned on his spiritual eye to eavesdrop on what they were saying. Of course they were talking bad about him and making Lam very angry. As soon as Lam class came to class, his eyes widened when he looked at the teacher. Who would have thought that the teacher who taught the spiritual discipline was a tree? Tu Lan told Lam that in addition to him and Veen Tan, one more person was also recommended here. She was so beautiful that Lam couldn't sit still. Tu Lan used to admire Lam very much because he was like a person without showing any emotion, but now his eyes are bright, making her very angry. The tree teacher shook a few times and then fell silent again. This is the content of today's lesson. Everyone was silently practicing at the same time. Lam did not understand what was happening. He turned on his spiritual eye to follow everyone. The next class is the sword again. The teacher is currently on the front lines, so he only leaves a part of the god here to study with them. The content of the lesson is the same as the previous lesson. In the third period, it was a fire to teach them, and the fourth period was a hammer. Lam was very depressed when teacher Wei An walked in. And Lam jumping up here is just what he needs. The teacher gave each person a cell phone, and the content of this lesson was playing video games. The whole class has one thing to do is watch a movie and play a game. Even teacher Wei An was just lying in a corner watching romantic movies. And Lam cried, "This is called a fairy star or going to play." The next period was another teacher teaching, looking at him seriously. And Lam was so excited that she finally learned. But how the hell did she learn that she couldn't see her teacher forcing An Lam to fall into a deep sleep? Episode 3, after regaining consciousness, An Lam saw teacher Wei An again. She wanted them to form a group to practice magic, and Tu Lan invited An Lam to join her group. Vien Tan was the first to go to war. The teacher who named An Lam would be the one to fight him. Xiao Lan definitely disagreed. She rushed to replace An Lam to fight Vien Tan. She attacked a lot but could not hit this guy. Yuancheng pushed Tu Lan away. She angrily rushed down to Yuancheng. He unleashed a magic formation that blocked Xiao Lan's attack. An Lam turned on his spiritual eye and discovered the weak point of the formation. Tu Lan continuously attacked the formation. Yuan Cheng couldn't take it anymore. He switched to attack Tu Lan mode. The power was so great that she couldn't stop it, and Lam couldn't sit and watch anymore. He rushed to help Tu Lan to fight with him on her behalf. Everyone was surprised when An Lam ate such a powerful blow without any damage. An Lam unleashes an attack that Vien Tan can dodge. He used chains to bind An Lam and Tu Lan, but suddenly it disappeared, surprising Vien Tan. It turned out that An Lam didn't play indiscriminately. What he was aiming for was the weak point of this formation. Vien Tan accepted that he had lost his mind and obeyed. At this time, the Great Elder came to find Miss Wei Ying. She dismissed the class immediately. After the match, An Lam and Vien Tan became closer to each other. Seeing that An Lam needed spiritual stones to practice, Vien Tan gave him one. Moreover, the two of them have the same hobby of playing games, so An Lam honored Vien Tan as the big brother. To Thien Van, the girl was also recommended to meet them. She watched An Lam's match with Tu Lan and wanted to make friends. Of course, An Lam immediately agreed. Teacher Wei An reported her assessment to the Great Elder. Among those nominated, she appreciated An Lam the most. In the near future, the school will have a contest once a year for students. The system gives An Lam a task to enter the top of the contest. If he fails, he will turn into a girl for a year. He woke up from his nightmare. The next task the system gave him was to absorb 130 spirit stones to level up to the next level. After completing An Lam, he was also strong enough to start practicing all kinds of fairy dharmas. An Lam began to test his strength. He himself was surprised. Thanks to the system, he could know the location of the upcoming competition. The number of participants was too large, so An Lam calculated the move backwards. Either way, he turns into the daughter he wants to be a good sister to Tu Lan. Then he went to Vien Tan's place to talk. The next day the three gathered. They thought that An Lam had been castrated, so he just wanted to hide in the hole to avoid shame. An Lam must regain his spirit. He will try to improve his strength. Episode 4. Unable to accept the fact that he turned into a female, An Lam called the system to tell him to level up as quickly as possible. The system teases An Lam. He quickly regained his composure and turned on the quest board. This time, he had to defeat someone who was stronger than him in order to level up. In addition, An Lam's current state allows him to drink spirit stones to increase his level even further. In terms of level, Tu Lam is higher than him. If she pretends to lose, she can level up. The next day, An Lam faltered and asked Tu Lan for help. An Lam tried to calm down, but in the end he turned to another matter and asked Tu Lan to get the spirit stone for him. He went to Yuancheng to ask for help, and Yuancheng immediately refused. "You're a genius who has to practice on his own. It's not good to take a shortcut like that." An Lam went to Tu Lam again. He stammered, making her think that he really needed spirit stones. He still couldn't say it. An Lam was helpless to ask Vien Tan to help him. Vien Tan also agreed if it made An Lam level up. He will tell his weakness and let An Lam attack. An Lam stopped him. "Of course, you should still ask Tu Lan." An Lam seriously came in front of Tu Lan to express. She looked at An Lam so seriously and even blushed, making her think he was about to confess. An Lam asked for permission from Tu Lan to sneak attack. She was very confused at this time and immediately agreed. Exactly what An Lam needed. Vien Tan had previously taught him a special technique for sneak attacks. Tu Lan took out the things that An Lam needed. Right now he tied Tu Lan and jumped up to fight. Tu Lan was so surprised that she thought he was joking. And Lam lost momentum and fell right into Tu Lan's chest. She cried and scolded him for being a pervert. And Lam returned to quarrel with Veen Ton. That night, and Lam started looking at the list of contestants participating in the contest. Xiao Lan was too kind to him, so he had to apologize. And Lam was about to leave, suddenly, with a severe stomachache. The spirit stone he just ate to level up was effective, but it took time to eliminate the toxins. And Lam sat haggardly in the toilet. Time is 30 days to eliminate toxins while 10 days left until the contest. At the same time, Tu Lan was about to go to sleep, but she hesitated for fear that An Lam would come and apologize. Then she woke up and waited for him. And Lam sat all night on the toilet. There was no way to speed up the progress. He didn't go to school that day, making everyone think that he was afraid of not participating in the competition. After class time, Veen Ton went to An Lam's house, heard what An Lam told Veen Ton, and then recited a sutra to help him push his resentment out. This thing works on real An Lam. The speed of detoxification is many times faster. An Lam asked Veen Ton to continue reading, before he could get the spirit to start. An Lam got a stomach ache in the sky.